Coming at you from Submarine Studios, it's another episode of Rage Across the Internet, your Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Porter. As always, to my left, producer Joey.
Hey, guys.
And the man who puts the sun in Tyson, Mr. Daniel T. How we doing, buddy?
I'm good now.
I don't know what that was.
It was great.
All right.
I'll take it.
All right.
I don't think it matters what that was, but it was awesome.
It made me laugh.
There we go.
Hey, everybody.
Well, I hope you're all having a great day. I think we're doing pretty good here.
Oh, yeah.
At the tail
Love
end.
me some recording day.
Right? The tail end of a pretty solid recording session, I gotta say.
The sun's down. It's our
Finally.
time. It's our time to shine.
That's right. It's time for the weird kids, everybody. We only get stronger now.
Buckle your seatbelts.
Don't even put them on. You can soak it.
Not advocated. Do not advocate that.
But
Well, okay then.
here we are for our final for the session.
Yes.
And, geez, maybe happy Thanksgiving, everyone?
Maybe? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're not checking the calendar.
No, we're not. And I wrote them down, so whose fault is that?
I can look it up real fast.
We're not gonna, though.
Yep. Nah, it's all right.
But it's around that time, though. And, we've got Christmas coming real soon. So, quick reminder, as we have that Amazon portal, will be a great way to help us out. And if you want to get yourself a little treat, and
Our web store's got some cool gifts.
yes, they
Just
do.
for you.
It's crazy.
If not for you, then the person you love.
You know, it is the season of giving.
Hey.
So why not buy like 30 shirts and hand them out to everyone you know? It's cold. The homeless could use some hoodies.
And when they ask why there's a giant wolf head on it, then you can tell them.
RageAcrossTheInternet.com.
There you go. Home of the coolest Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast.
Buy 30 shirts and just hand them out to people. What an asshole.
Rage Across the Internet, home of the shameless plug.
Even better.
And I do so love doing them.
You love being shameless, huh?
I love those segues I just sneak in out of nowhere every now and then. Oh, those are the best.
They're entertaining.
That's
Absolutely.
fun. But hey, that's not what we're actually here to do today. Today,
Only a little bit.
well, today we are talking the Wyrm.
Dun dun dun.
Well done.
Thank you.
And everybody calm down. We're not dancing today. That's not the kind of worm we're talking.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, all right.
No dancing.
No dancing. We are like the town of Footloose.
Yes.
No.
It is dance free.
I'm just saying, I saw
And
someone.
Kevin Bacon free.
That's a bummer.
A little bit.
I actually saw someone do the worm once as a dance move and then knocked his own teeth out.
That's why that's not approved behavior.
Spoiler? That was my brother.
I love that story.
That's true story. Not even kidding.
That's amazing.
That was my brother. And too bad he doesn't listen to. Thanks a lot for supporting your brother.
Yeah, thanks for listening to the podcast, Dick. All right.
Can't wait to show him this one episode and he listens for like 60 seconds and then turns it off.
Well, you won't get to the story then.
Exactly.
All right. 2 minutes.
I think we've mugged longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Back to the worm.
The Wyrm, capital W Wyrm. We thought it was about time we talked Triat.
Yep.
So we are going to start out this tetralogy with the anime. Or not?
It depends on which side of that triad you're looking at.
I'd suppose there's some truth to that. So, first of all, obviously, we know that once upon a time, Wyrm Weaver Wild, all things were in balance. Wild doing random gobbledygook, Weaver turning that gobbledygook into actual shit, the Wyrm devouring that, and the cycle could continue.
Mm-hmm.
Balance.
That's what we know. We know that probably Weaver went nuts.
Yes.
We know that
And?
she tried to capture Wild. You can't capture the thing without a form. That's a stupid spider. so Weaver went, man, I'm dumb. But you know who's dumber? And ever since, the worm has been caught in the battered web. Slowly going completely apeshit, turning from the worm of balance to the worm of corruption. Mm-hmm. Basic shit, we all know it.
Yes.
So,
Or at least should.
you at least should. Well, now you know it's half the battle, and we'll pretend you always did.
Okay.
So, obviously we have the basic aspects here. Caught in that web, for time immemorial, I suppose.
Crazy as a bedbug.
Yep. From that we get the triadic worm.
Mm-hmm.
I like how it uses triadic worm. How each head of the worm is like a mockery of the actual triad.
That's actually a pretty solid point.
I just thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean in that we have those three aspects. We have the Beast of War,
Yes.
the Eater of Souls,
Mm-hmm.
and the good old Defiler worm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
You just said it faster than I could.
I'm sorry.
Well, and the Beast of War is actually known as the Calamity Worm.
Yes.
And the Eater of Souls is the Consuming Worm. And what I liked about it, it was just one little blurb. The three heads can't communicate with each other.
No.
They're like constantly in each other's way.
Which is the best news that a Garu could ask for.
Exactly.
Yeah, as damaging and as as horrible as this thing is, for it to be in its own way is really it's its own worst enemy.
I would agree to that, because
Yeah.
I feel like the Garu do not rate.
No.
And the worms dangerous
No.
don't list.
No, imagine
hopeless.
if they could communicate and they could work together.
Oh, it
and
would be a
function.
much worse force to reckon with.
Oh,
It's already a force to reckon with.
Well, I feel like this shit would already be over.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say, the apocalypse would absolutely be done by now.
Oh yeah, this game would be Dungeon Rings. We'd be playing nothing.
Redo?
Nothing. Nothing. We would be playing
There'd be
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be, and that would be the game.
Yeah. It would just be done.
Yeah. So
Just emptiness.
this would be a weird ass podcast.
Just an hour and a half of complete silence.
Yeah, occasionally someone's clearing their throat.
And then oh, that's our time. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. So just go to our Patreon.
Oh my
Support
God.
this nonsense. It's already an ask.
So, do we want to start with the, by talking about the Beast of War?
Absolutely. Take it away.
Okay, so the Beast of War is the corrupted reflection of the wild. It embodies mindless violence and destruction. I mean, that's pretty epic. And it can easily transform normal conflict, normal rivalries, just hey, you're better at this, I don't like you, I'll show you. That it turns that little seed into,
Destruction and devastation?
yeah, the Middle East.
No,
you
yeah.
know?
Really good way to put it.
Well, or even turns "Who did you vote for?" to "I'll put a cigarette out in your eye."
Right.
Being
Regardless of what
topical.
side, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's being topical.
But I liked it how they, or I don't know about I liked it, but I thought it was interesting. It's just all that devastation without the possibility of any healing, regrowth, or rebirth.
Yeah. I mean, it's a corrupted reflection. So
Yeah.
it's just going to take all that wildness, all that craziness, unformed whatever,
Right.
and just make it the worst possible violence and destruction.
Mm-hmm. And then that's what I mean by when I say that it's, the mockery of the actual Triad. Whereas the Beast of War, that's the mockery of Wild. Mm-hmm. It's the corrupted version of Wild. Or corrupted reflection.
Well, and consider, and I hate to bring this up because people do it. I'm like, shut up.
Okay.
But you consider how the Garu, in their war to avert the apocalypse, and their use of their rage,
Right.
only in fact go to fuel the Beast of War.
Exactly.
As a motherfucker of a catch-22.
Yeah.
I hate to bring it up because I hate it when people bring it up. It's like, just play the game.
But
Just, we know.
you're
Shut up.
feeding it.
Right.
But there's absolute truth to it.
Well, no, there is, but the alternative, and this is the answer I'll usually give when I force myself to get involved with that discussion. I'll normally avoid it because I don't want to. But it's no, you're right. Let's just fuck it. Just let the spiral go. He's just murdering puppies. It's fine. You know, like, that Famor, he's diddling kids. Just let it happen. That's what you want. Just let him. Call a cop. That's what the government for. Just go. Yeah.
Just find a payphone.
Maybe we should go hand out get signatures to instead.
Oh.
It's a better use of our time.
Oh.
Damn it. Oh, boy.
And, you know, it was in the damn book.
I know.
It was in the book.
Stereotypical son of a bitch.
They were proud of it.
No comment.
Sorry, I'm not. But, you know, that's kind of my response to that argument. Is that the guy has fangs. It's what the Garu do. I get it. You know, yeah, it is part of the problem. But it's also the solution 2/3 of the time.
Which is why you say it's catch-22.
Yeah. So after the Beast of War, Danny, what's next?
Beast of War, next comes the Eater of Souls, or the Consuming Worm.
Mm-hmm. And that's a mockery of the Weaver.
Let's hear a bit more about that.
You know, mockery of Weaver, devouring everything in its path, and at the same time, it was also drove back to Malpheus by the sacrificing of the Croatan tribe. The Croatan tribe of sacrificing themselves.
Yes. That was almost the end.
Almost.
You know, the Eater of Souls was
done.
in the realm.
Yeah.
You know, fuck. I mean, we talk about the dangers don't list.
That's
yeah.
it.
The Eater of Souls being in the realm, like that's
Yeah. No, that's bad news bears.
yeah.
It is the baddest news of all bears. It is the worst idea of genes, and it is on the top of every dangerous don't list.
Yeah.
Possibly above the words dangerous and don't.
Yep.
Yeah, because like the Eater of Souls is an endless hunger.
Yes.
It's an endless greed. It's deadly jealousy and deadly obsession. And that's how it manifests while it's imprisoned in Malpheus.
Yeah.
Imagine that
Imagine
being
in the realm.
in the realm and how much more powerful that is.
Scary shit.
Yeah. That's like people killing everything, you know, eating their own babies level of, you know, bad news bears.
Oh, people get hungry.
Oh, come on now. God.
Have you listened to the podcast?
Barbecue sauce.
Damn it, you're right. All right.
Like, have you listened to the podcast?
In fact, that joke's been made on the podcast
Yes.
before.
Several occasions. Probably
So-
also by me.
Like, didn't you and I harmonize the barbecue sauce at
We
one
did.
point?
Yeah. Yes.
Baby back ribs. We did.
So, there you go.
Not on purpose either.
No, that did just happen. High roading us now.
Sorry.
So, okay. The Eater of Souls, we know, and there's a question mark.
Sure.
We know that it's imprisoned in Malpheus because of the Croatan tribe.
Yes.
Correct. Where's the Beast of War?
That's a really good question.
I'm just wondering, like asking for a friend.
Is your friend's name Echo?
Well, I mean, where's anything?
Oh, don't get philosophical.
No, you kind of have to.
I mean, I see where he's going, but at the same time, fuck you.
Right? Like, thanks, Danny.
I
looking
get
out.
it, but
I accept that.
You'll allow it?
I do. I do allow it. Because here's the thing: is even that about the Eater of Souls, you know, being imprisoned in Malpheus, that's not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, there's this image. I believe it's a Book of the Worm 3.
Okay.
I believe in the Malphian chapter. Point of fact, because Malpheus has it's basically its own chapter.
It should.
Yeah, you know, and
Pretty important. It makes sense.
you got this image. And I hope I'm thinking of the right fucking book, because then I'm the asshole. you have, like, you know, way in the distance, like up in the sky, you have this cocoon of webbing. I mean, there's the implication there.
Yep.
Right. But the worm being imprisoned in Malpheus wasn't always the case. It was somewhere nebulous,
Right.
fucking somewhere. You know, and now we say, you know, the Eater Souls, you know, it broke free, it manifested. But, like, so did it? Did it actually, like, pop out of the rest of the worm's body and, like, grow legs or wings and, you know what I mean? The same way...
Tootled off.
Right. And it's like the same way that the totems have so many different aspects, and you can sit there and talk with Coyote, but you're not talking with Coyote, but you are talking with Coyote.
But an aspect of Coyote.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how literal to take it.
Yeah,
So it's hard for me to...
No, like I said, I see where you're going with it, and I understand why you're going that way. Because, where is the line that you draw for literal?
Yes.
Trying to figure out where it is.
That's exactly it.
It would be nice. It would be really neat if they just had one, like, this is how it is, period, the end, this is canon.
What game are you playing? 'Cause
Exactly,
that's not gonna fucking
exactly.
happen.
Instead of like, hey, we have $57 in our line. It's going to be 57 different answers and maybe 58 just because we like it.
Look, 53. Get it together. Let's
Okay.
be...
There's going to be some crossover somewhere.
It's going to be 62 answers. Just because they can.
Aside from the 107 answers. But, you know, I mean, really, I'm not sure how literal to take how much of it. You know, and I also don't know personally how I feel about the idea of the worm just as a physical being somewhere, I'm going to use even mildly accessible. I mean, let's run with the...
Wait, is it a physical being? See?
Exactly.
Well, let's just consult the one of 207 different answers.
None of the above.
Gotcha.
Well, shit.
And that's right after it was all of the above.
Well, it was true or falso or none of the above. I have the Spanish version.
Oh, okay.
True or falso.
Or none of the above. Makes sense of that, by the way.
How dare you?
It makes as much sense as some of their answers.
Certainly. But no, my point is, you know, like, okay, let's say you got that Melfian prison.
Yes.
There's the worm high above the Temple of Skira.
Just hanging out in a cocoon.
Right. And I am playing...
Why has nobody cut the cocoon open?
It's just this thing. I am playing everybody's favorite Silent Strider, or no one's favorite Silent Strider except for maybe somebody here. I don't know. But Sekhmet
Definitely
Rainmaker.
me. Definitely me.
Yeah. Okay. Danny's favorite Silent Strider, Sekhmet Rainmaker. Child of Owl, who could Red Bull
fly.
himself literally up to
Red
that
Bull
prison,
himself?
Yes.
pull out his clave, and just go, and just stab at the worm ineffectually.
With both
forever.
Because he has
Yes.
a Desire and a Clave.
Oh, that shit'll break. That thing's kind of brittle.
Oh, the Desire?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer. But Clave's fine.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
going.
all day. It accomplished nothing.
Right.
Because if it would accomplish something, it would have been done.
Already.
Exactly.
A long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, Shoe Horace.
Well, he would have. He'd have just like reached and been like, that's as far as I can reach. I better go home.
But what
I
I'm saying
can't
is
get
there's like epic Guru.
Yes.
There's like, level 6 Guru.
We still haven't done it.
So,
Yeah. No, I know where you're going. It's fine.
So it's like, I have a problem with the idea of it being actually something you can get to on a physical, even spirit physical level.
right.
You know, but I mean, that concept is so big in of itself. You know, I don't know. I mean, let's move to the Defiler though, real quick.
Yes.
And
The twisted reflection of the worm itself?
Yeah. Like, that's pretty twisted, because the worm
Yeah. The worm's
is
already
already twisted.
But you got to remember, was the worm of balance.
Correct.
You know,
So-
who was a good guy? We're
one
using
time.
quotes here, you know, but was part of everything being okay. It was a necessary component to existence.
Yeah.
Still is, also.
And the Defiler worm, like, it's sneaky. because it represents like self-loathing and hatred.
Yeah, but the reason for that is like because it failed its true purpose.
Right. But it
Which I thought was
uses
so cool.
seduction
It is cool.
and temptation to entice self-destructive behaviors.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, we all know how sexy worms are.
Earthworm?
And I think that shows how intelligent and self-aware it is.
Oh, by far, yeah, absolutely.
You know, because it is the most intelligent of the aspects of the worm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and in that subtlety, I mean, that's why
Yeah.
I think it's easy to argue that it's the most dangerous aspect.
Oh, definitely.
You know, it's the one that gets by, I think, more often than not.
Yeah.
You know, you see Children of the Beast of War, all the fucking, you're not surprised.
No.
And you know how to handle it.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I agree with you 100%. I'm shaking my head like, oh, yeah, definitely.
you know, and I mean, and I guess we'll go back, you know, but you brought up the point with the Defiler Worm, is, you know, you look at concepts like domestic abuse, okay, or alcoholism, or addiction, sure,
Suicide.
And now these aren't things that the worm has necessarily done, because I mean, you make that argument. You remember that it's. I want to say the worm is not evil, but what I mean is the worm and the concept of evil are not the same thing.
Right.
Okay.
You know, sense worm isn't sense evil.
That would be lighting up all day long.
Right. It's not like Dave's a shitty guy. He steals from his job.
He's
Bing.
worm tainted.
He's worm tainted. Yeah, that's not how that works.
No.
You know, Dave can be a shitty guy and can steal from his work, right?
And if your name's Dave, we're sorry.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. You're sorry that a poor guy is named Dave? Like,
If Dave's listening right now, we're sorry that we're comparing you to a shitty person.
I think we were saying flat out that Dave is a shitty person. Dave, get it together, man.
Come on, I'm trying to keep the listeners.
Stop stealing from work.
Dave, thanks for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thanks. See? So I knew you'd be on board with this.
She takes in the money you stole from work and throw it on our Patreon.
Anyway, where
win-win.
were we?
Yes.
Win-win.
How do we make a mockery of this topic?
We can make a mockery out of anything.
this.
We are very talented.
It's a mockery of itself.
Oh, look at
bringing
him.
it back
Look
around.
at him. Fucking Johnny Responsible.
Well, see, I mean, I know we just said what the three heads of the Triad worm were, but I liked the description it gave on why, and it was when it was trapped within Weaver's webs and going mad. It ripped itself apart, and ripping itself apart created that triadic worm.
Well, it created a lot more than that, but
At first,
yes.
the first part of it, creating that triadic.
And I'm just sitting here looking at my notes, and I'm like, oh my god, I see it. Okay, so we've got the Defiler Worm that uses seduction and temptation. But then we've got Eater of Souls with greed and jealousy. So that seduction and temptation is going to cause, you know, it's the greed and the jealousy and the obsession,
Cause and effect.
which then leads in to the Beast of War with the violence and the destruction, because deadly jealousy, you're destroying what you're obsessed with and what you're jealous of.
Yep.
And it's just all knotting together.
I wouldn't
right.
even call it knotting together. It's almost like that's your triangle. That's your, and that's the triad.
But then, like, once you destroy what
Triadic worm.
you're obsessed with, you go back to, like, the hatred and the self-loathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's the triadic worm. It's constant. Yeah.
Yeah.
A never-ending three-corner kind of thing.
You mean a triangle?
Yes, triadic worm. How many times I gotta fucking say that?
Well, I just like the three-corner thing. That would be a triangle.
I know
Danny.
what it is.
Bing.
Where's that light bulb sound? He finally got it, folks.
Wunderbar. No, and that's the thing is, you know, it is that, you know, like I think Danny first said, it's the that mirror image, or that twisted mirror image of the triad in itself, hence triadic worm, and in the same way that they are at odds with each other. They don't work there. They cause their own bullshit and
Yeah.
get in each other's way. And thank fuck for that.
Right.
Yeah, because if they didn't, it would be a lot worse.
Like going back to the Defiler, it is that creeping shit. The guy who goes home and gets drunk and beats his wife might not be inherently worm tainted, might not be, Bane possessed, but he's going to attract Banes.
Yeah.
And those Banes are going to whisper shit and make shit worse.
Yeah.
So it's not that the worm is the root of all evil. There's evil.
Yeah,
There's this free will and shittiness.
I think that evil is what's attracting those Banes,
Right.
and starting the corruption.
It all feeds into it, yeah. Because that's Bane food.
It
Hooray.
really is.
And then maybe it does lead to a possession. Maybe it doesn't.
Eventually, right.
Maybe it doesn't, though. Because that's the thing, is you guys know how to, cleanse an area of the Umbra.
Right.
Sure.
You guys know how
Rite
to...
of cleansing.
Yeah.
Done. Yep.
You know how to fight spirals. Mm-hmm. You know what to do with a femori.
Mm-hmm.
Kill it.
How do you fix...
Kill it.
How do you fix racism?
Yeah. How do you fix the guy who just wants to beat on women?
Yeah.
Well,
You kill him. But... okay, fine. But...
no,
You're
I get
in the suburbs
yeah,
now.
But no, I know what you mean when you're saying racism, because that's not a physical thing.
Right.
It's not a physical object.
But it's something that will feed
Yes.
the worm, and that the worm's minions will feed on. How do you...
How do you fix paranoia?
Right. And that's why I think...
Danny?
You stop all of the hunters from getting me. That's how.
We'll do our best.
Thanks.
We'll do our best, Chief.
You open a tinfoil hat store.
They have stores.
We were hoping you would open one, frankly. I want to see what you got.
All shapes and sizes.
I can't wait.
We're waiting.
They're all mine. Why would I sell them?
Then it's not a store, it's a museum.
Okay. See? You can come check out my museum, but you can't touch anything.
Okay, back on topic.
Oh, my God.
So, how do you fix paranoia?
Well, exactly. And
We just
that's why...
discussed this.
That's,
No, we didn't.
that's why, I think that, as dangerous as the cities are, as dangerous as, your factories, from a, maybe an umbral standpoint, or, a worm presence standpoint.
Yeah. You can fix smog.
Right. The deserts of Alamogordo, there's crazy shit out there, and that's dangerous. But you know what? There's just as much worm food and influence in the fucking suburbs where the kids are playing in the yard in their safest houses. Mm-hmm. You can't... How do you know? Yeah. If you know that I don't know, Daniel is beating his children.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel doesn't have any children. It's okay. Don't worry.
No, not Daniel Tyson.
No,
Just Daniel.
Just some Daniel's son, Daniel LaRusso, the Karate Kid. He's using that karate, tarnishing Mr. Miyagi's name, beating his children.
Right.
Watch
Mr.
Cobra Kai, you'll
Miyagi's
see.
name.
And, how the fuck do you know that to stop him?
Yeah, you don't.
As a Garu,
Yeah.
that's just going to happen.
Yeah. And it's happening everywhere.
All the time.
Right.
It's fuck.
Yeah.
And that's really the answer. Because what else are you going to do? Mm-hmm. The Garu, they're doing the best they can. That's a hopefully a good Samaritan thing. Or someone finding their nut and calling the cops thing. Or, the wife who's brave enough to fucking leave thing.
Yeah.
That's not... I don't want to say it's not a Garu problem, but it's not a problem they can feasibly fight.
All the time.
Right. They have to focus on the thunderworm that's just, thrust out of the ground, 40, 50 feet tall. That they can handle.
Fuck yeah.
and do it superbly.
Yes, I know a pack who recently did that very, very well. But you know what I'm saying.
No damage.
Speak for yourself.
I was.
I know.
But you see my point. Is there's still that corruption out there, like from the Defiling Worm,
right,
that's much more subtle and isn't an easy fix.
Yeah, and it's not just the Defiler Worm.
No, it's not.
It's all three, but I think,
yeah.
the point being was the Defiler Worm being the
sneakiest.
worst, the sneakiest,
right.
the harshest of all three.
Yeah, it slips beneath the radar more than the others. Mm-hmm. The Beast of War is just so fucking blunt.
It's a hammer.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
maybe
it's a hammer. I like that.
And I think the Defiler Worm is more of that, like, ice pick. It's targeted.
Oh, okay.
That's fucking solid, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I was like, ooh. Yeah, she got it.
It uses the seduction and the temptation to entice to the self-destructive behaviors. So it's like, smoking's cool. You want to be cool, don't you?
I do want to be cool. How do I be cool?
It's peer pressure. It's everybody at the club is drinking and having fun. So
Why don't you like fun?
Exactly. Why don't you like fun? You can have fun too.
Right.
You can be cool, and that's
How do I be cool? I want to be cool.
Eat this heroin.
Exactly. Eat the heroin.
I don't know how drugs work.
I was gonna say because that's pretty much all I know.
Do not eat the heroin.
All right, fine. Don't eat the heroin. We don't even have heroin. I just found this on the floor somewhere. I don't even know what this is, frankly.
It's cat hair. Put it in the trash.
Now
all right.
we know.
Lesson learned. So,
Lesson learned.
And remember, the more you know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
So, but that's the defiler worm.
All that.
Christ.
That's the
All
defiler
that.
worm.
So, then...
Addiction and cat hair.
Yes.
Got it.
What a show.
So then there are the urge worms.
Yes, and the urge worms,
Weird.
well, I think they are great in a weirdo sort of way.
Yeah.
And they encompass what we would refer to as the hydra. Mm-hmm. Or hydratic worm, if you want to be weird about it.
Sure.
I don't know. But yeah, the urges, there's something else.
They really are.
Again, these are separate entities. These are separate aspects of the worm, with their own agendas and their own bullshit. And,
back to where it was going crazy and ripping itself apart.
yeah,
Yeah.
more heads poking up
Yeah.
through the spaces in between the webs. Mm-hmm. And the urges they embody pathological and extreme versions of normal emotions.
Right.
And there's a shit ton.
They kind of they magnify that despair.
Certainly. And, the urges themselves, they can't manifest physically.
Right.
So we don't have to worry about the visual of them jumping out, growing wings or whatever.
So if they can't project themselves physically...
Well, they have physical representatives, known as the Melgen and Karna.
Now be scared.
Yes.
Just be scared.
Yeah. Now, I know I don't think I'm the only one, but I know I did. Mm-hmm. While researching this episode, I said, well, I'm going to list them. I'm going to make a list of the urges and their Melgen and Karna. And it's like...
It's a lot.
It's like a page.
Yeah, it's a lot. So
For no good reason.
No.
Because...
The one thing I did like about the Melgen and Karna in the book is that they list how they can be killed.
Yes. And the thing is you can't permanently kill a Melgen and Karna. I mean, you can kill...
Is it different per thing?
It's very different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can kill Lord Steel.
I was going to use these samples. I was going to go, you can kill the Duke of Hate, Lord Steel.
She's checking your maps.
She's a cheater. But,
I'm not.
It looks like you have the same exact page on your notes. Did you just copy it?
I totally copied it.
I knew
I
it.
mean, like it's Xerox. It's fucked up. You even put little hearts over the eyes. Like I mean, no, you can kill. You could find, the representative of the urge of hatred. The Duke of Hate. That's Lord Steel. You could kill Lord Steel.
The problem with that is...
Well, for a bit, the generic level of hatred in the world will ease up. It makes a difference for a bit.
It does.
But there will be a new Melgen and Karna. There will be a new, maybe not named Lord Steel, but there will be a new Duke of Hate.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
because there will be somebody that embodies it.
Oh, okay. So that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I mean.
So let's say, how do you kill Duke Lord Steel of Hate guy here? Yes, I said that. So what's the way you kill him? I mean, if it's just a quick thing, go ahead.
No, I didn't write it down.
Okay, so let's.
But there's a method. There's certain ways to kill each specific Melgen and Karna.
With him, he is like in armor, and you have to like beat him down and take off his mask and put him in a room where like the room has to be full of mirrors.
Okay.
So he can see his own face and he can see his own hate, and then after a week of that he'll explode.
Okay.
And
Then the
here's-
question becomes from there, if a new Duke of Hate takes his place and there's a new Melgen Incarna, is that the same way to kill that new one?
Probably
Yes.
not.
Yes, it is.
Yes?
It
Is that confirmed?
It is.
I'm the asshole.
So,
But then, like what you said, where it would just keep, it would only ease up for a bit.
Right.
And then a new one will take its place. Who's got time to keep fucking doing that?
No one.
no one. That's why they're hanging out forever.
Which is kind of like the...
And I mean, okay, that's assuming that you can get to the Duke of Hate.
yeah,
Just get there.
because they have their
They're-
own duchies.
Yeah.
They have their own
In
little
Melfi's.
areas.
Bodyguards or
No,
areas?
duchy is like a land.
Ah,
They have
so
their own.
the chances of even
fiefdom.
getting there are already slim.
No, it's a war party,
Yeah,
Fuck.
you've got to like get into Melfius, then get.
which is not hard.
Well, no, because they kind of want people there.
I was gonna say, yeah, they want you there.
But you have to survive in Melfius, which is harder.
Yes. Survive to get to that particular duchy.
Yeah,
To
And then survive
infiltrate.
to get back out.
Yeah. To get to him,
yeah,
to defeat him, and then somehow leave.
right. And like
And then in like a week in time when a new Melgen Incarna comes, you gotta do it all over again?
basically, and
That sucks.
they said that like with Lord Steel, if you attack him with hate in your heart,
He grows stronger?
well, you might be able to kill him, but you'll become the new Lord Steel.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So like that hate eased up for about 4 seconds.
That would suck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's one example. You know, I mean, and not all of
And
the
there's-
urges
yeah.
have Melgen
No.
Incarna, but most of them do.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Yeah, there's a lot there. There's
Yeah.
a ton.
And then we've got the elemental worms.
Whoa.
Holy shit, you weren't kidding. There's a lot.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
Okay, well, sorry, you said elemental worms,
Yeah, these are different from earthworms.
right?
Only in the fact that,
They're mockeries again. They're
Well,
mockeries
yes.
of the
And-
four elements.
urges
Yes.
urges are emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Elemental worms are elemental.
Exactly.
Right, they're the aspects of, or the mockery version of the aspect of.
Right, the corrupted version.
Right.
Because remember, this is the worm
Yes.
corrupts.
Earth,
The worm
wind,
can't.
fire, and water.
Those are the elements, yes, sir.
So we have things like smog.
That one was so cool. So weird, but.
Hoga, Firmus, Hrug, and Waksha.
Wait, what was
Sure.
that? Say it again?
Yeah, I didn't write that down.
Hoga, essence of smog.
Right,
Firmus, essence of balefire.
right.
Hrug, the essence of sludge. And Waksha, the essence of toxin.
Now, imagine trying to fight the essence of balefire.
No, I refuse. That's. No.
Well, the good news is you're not gonna. You'll fight as Melgen Incarna, which would be the master of hellfire, Lord Kern.
I refuse.
That's okay. You
That's a
can refuse.
suicide mission.
That's okay. You can refuse.
It's a little daunting. We're gonna use that.
It's a lot
there you go.
daunting.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You know, and so you have all of these, and then you have my boy,
Okay.
my boy,
Your favorite?
numero dos,
Okay.
which is French for number 2.
I have a hard time believing that, but keep going.
No, it was number 2.
Yeah, but it's not French.
You don't know.
I
You've never been to France.
Okay. So what do you get on number 2?
Well, number 2 is basically we lost radio contact with Danny.
just pull my plug again.
Number 2 is basically the Worm's second in command.
Mm-hmm.
It was he, and I'm using the fucking word he.
Okay.
We can get into this in a second. He, once upon a time, was a spiral. Mm-hmm. So foul and so just, that he was chosen to become a Melgen Incarna. And I mean, number 2 is old and fears his true identity.
Yep.
He believes that,
He fears that its true identity will get out.
yes,
Okay, fine.
because he believes, it probably correctly, that his true name will be the death of him.
Whoa.
Now, in Werewolf 20, they changed the pronoun for number 2 to she.
Why?
To stick in my craw.
Okay, fine.
I asked Rich Thomas, and you don't know, I didn't ask Rich Thomas.
I was just
I'm gonna abandon this joke right now. I did not.
I was going to say, he had to answer
Liar.
you.
I am lying. I did not. I did not email Rich Thomas and no, but I don't know why. But I think to stick in my craw, because here's the thing.
Only you.
Possibly. No one else seems to be bothered by this, so possibly. Book of the Wyrm, Book of the Wyrm 2, Book of the Wyrm revised.
He.
Why are you laughing?
Because I can.
Oh, it's. Thank you. This is what was in my heart.
Well done.
Yeah, it's always been a he. And here's the thing: it ties it. This is important because there's a book out there called The Chronicle of the Black Labyrinth.
Yes.
And I don't want to get too far into that. It's not a discussion today. I think that should be its own show because I'm fucking fascinated by that book. But see, the Book of the Black Labyrinth isn't a source book.
No.
Okay.
It's an actual book, but it's also a book within the world of darkness. I believe it was published in the 70s in the meta.
Oh, okay. It was taking me a second to realize what you were saying.
Yeah, that book exists out in the world of darkness.
Like at one time, Sekhmet Rainmaker could have seen this book.
Right. It could be in a library somewhere in Kansas.
Yeah, it's so meta.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, now you can buy it and read what it says.
At Barnes & Noble.
Right. Like in our world.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a copy.
I have a copy.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't know what happened to my copy, but I did have one. It's like the Book of Nod.
Yes, it's much like that, but I don't think that means anything to anyone at this table
No.
other than
Listeners.
you and maybe a few of our listeners.
Yeah.
But no,
But not me.
It's you get my point. It's very, very meta. The number 2's identity is revealed in that book.
But why would they say he is so scared of the identity coming out if it's revealed in the book? And then for that book to be available.
Well, it's not super available anymore in the canon.
Yeah.
It was a thing that was supposed to have been destroyed.
And there was one copy in the world.
Left. And I mean, that's for you in your games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe there's 2, but
Whatever. It's super rare.
it fell between the cracks because, they were all ordered destroyed.
And then, as a hook, the game company said, here you go, you can have your very own copy.
Right. We will print this off, and now you can own the...
Okay.
You follow me?
Yeah, it was taking me a second to, realize what's the canon part and what's the real life part.
Right,
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
it is
I'm
it's
getting
super
it.
meta, and it
fuzzy.
predates meta.
Right.
So-
It really does predate meta, but that's the term we're going
I mean,
Welcome to 1996.
I get the hook, and that's cool.
Right.
Holy shit. But I don't understand the whole changing of the pronoun.
Neither do I. That's why it sticks in my craw.
That's what I mean,
because it was it was a necessary clue. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so to change the pronoun,
Like,
It
kind of
throws
almost...
everything off.
yeah.
Does it give away that, not give away, but now people kind of figure out who it is without the book once they say the other pronoun?
No.
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 No, it makes it
I don't know, I'm just...
switching the pronoun from he to she just muddies the water even more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would argue...
Well, that was the next question.
Well,
It's
that's
either
the
going to
thing.
be either they figure it out right away or it's even worse.
No, I would make the argument that if you were using that pronoun as a clue like you were before,
You're thrown
you
way
can't
off.
get the answer.
Yeah.
You will never get the answer if you're following that as a clue.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
That said, I have a theory that the identity that is understood and given in the Chronicle is not the actual identity, but that's a story for a different time.
Okay.
I can't wait for that one.
But number
That
2,
sounds-
that's a total bad. Number 2's a badass. Mm-hmm. And I loved so much about that mystery
Yeah.
within the meta that you could, if you take the time and you look through, you can go, wait, no, oh, holy shit.
You can follow the clues and find it.
And have a secret that big,
Sitting on your bookshelf.
that will just fuck up the second command to the Wyrm.
Right.
That's nuts.
Right? Like, how cool is that?
So it makes sense why, in game, it's so rare.
Yes. A book that should no longer exist.
Probably does.
Yep.
But you gotta find it.
Yep.
And let me tell you, the 1 or 2 people who are holding on to copies, they're not telling people.
No.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're instantly attracted to.
I mean, this book is
bad.
under like several locks and keys.
Well, or it's not. That's up to your storytelling.
Yeah, but it
You
just
know.
makes sense that it would be extremely complicated to find it.
Yes, extremely complicated to find it.
Yeah.
But that could be just as true with someone who doesn't know what they have.
Yeah, it's hidden up in Grandma's attic.
Exactly. A copy went to John Prescott Stevenson Middle School.
And it's
I just
hanging
made those
out.
names up. If that's a real school, that's crazy. And it's just on a shelf somewhere in some
In like the kids' library, or maybe not the kids'
Well,
library,
the
but
middle
like the
school.
school library.
Yeah. And so, Tad Renfro, who's going through a goth phase, picks it up off the shelf and is drawn the symbols next to his Nine Inch Nails lyrics in his fucking notebook.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If someone's written
I
a story
dated
on
the
this,
shit out of ourselves right there, didn't I?
Yeah.
a little bit.
But that's
But-
okay.
But if any kind of storyteller has written a story with that, I'd love to hear that. Please send that in.
Okay.
It was in Quo Vadimus.
Yeah.
Again, I
Okay.
have no clue. I'm still learning.
Wasn't a
Shit.
big part. It was a seed for the future, but that's not, again, what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. But I think we moved from the big dogs
To the little ones.
to the little ones. And,
Now, are we going to the littlest of the little dogs or just the medium little dogs?
Little Pomeranians? Or like Jack Russells?
I don't know where the scale is. I was going to talk about Banes.
Okay.
I don't.
I just had Femorae.
Yeah, I had Femorae as well.
Well, we'll start with Femor.
Okay.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Femore. Let's hear it.
Gross.
No, and obviously the Fomor are they are Bane possessed beings. Mm-hmm. I don't just want to say people because you can have
there are other things.
yeah.
Like, what's Joey's favorite one?
What's my favorite one? Oh God.
I know where he's setting you up with.
Okay. The Hollow Men.
Well, that's a great one too.
Yeah, that one.
That's my favorite.
I was gonna say, I know that's.
The Rotwalkers.
Oh yeah. No, that's
Lucky.
yeah.
See, you said
See,
dogs.
I
Also, I thought that
shit.
she was going with. I thought you were setting up the transition there. I was
the
hoping.
dogs.
Yeah, you said the littlest of dogs.
Well, I start with Leslie.
the rot something or other. Say it
Yeah,
again.
Rotwalkers.
Rot
but,
walkers. Okay.
but I have those in Banes in my Femor list.
Oh, sorry, I mixed them up. Sorry,
Yeah,
See?
my mistake.
that's okay. But the Hollow Men are not actually men.
No.
They once were.
It's a hollowed out skin of a human.
Yep.
Does that count?
Yes.
And it's a scavenger pack bane that possesses a hollowed out skin of a human that is populated with a colony of vermin.
Yeah, and animated. Like they
Like
just
you ever-
move that around.
You ever see those commercials where it's like the two kids?
With the trench coat and
Yeah.
the hat. And
The mask, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm an adult, give me the beer, please, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like that, only with 1,000 rats.
Or spiders.
Or spiders.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awful. Mm-hmm. And
Very, very awful.
they're significantly strong. They're not
Yeah.
weirdo pushover things. They're not fucking meat puppets.
No. Then you've got the freak feet, which are self-replicating.
Yeah, that was so weird.
They just make themselves.
What's a freak feet?
It is a mixture of human and amphibian DNA with a hugling bane, and it's
Yeah, it said started off as a group of them escaped when they were designing them.
yeah when they were
They got
when
out,
they-
yeah, they got out in the wild and reproduced.
And
Yes.
now, see, that's a thing to point out. Designed.
yeah they were
That is a
Lab
designer
grown.
femori.
Yes.
Which do exist, and they exist thanks to a little thing called Pentax.
Which is...
And if you're looking for us to talk about that today, you are going to be disappointed.
Not today. Soon.
Yeah.
No,
Not today.
that is something we feel that is worthy of its own episode.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, same thing with the black spirals. Mm-hmm. They're going to get their own spotlight.
There's too much to talk about that.
They deserve their own.
Right. Otherwise, we'll be here for 4 hours.
Yeah, oh, God, yes.
Oh, but we won't be, so everything will just get a half-ass glossing, so...
Yeah.
That too.
we don't want to do that.
Another femori type that I really enjoyed was the toads. And they are middle managers. They are middle office managers. They are your atypical toad. And they have 15-foot long tongues with a barb on the end.
We've seen those.
It's like Danny DeVito.
I don't want to know.
No, I mean...
I just told you.
No, I mean, you think about that, because, femori,
Yeah.
largely, not always, but sometimes,
Yeah.
can pass for human. Either they have the ability to mask what they look like, or they have a deformity or derangement or something that they can hide.
Yes.
But so, if you imagine, a toad being able to take a human form,
Yeah.
you picture someone like DeVito.
Yeah.
That's the image you're kind of going to want in your head.
I
Yeah.
thought that was Penguin. You like what I did there?
No.
I didn't think so.
But the interesting part is, to me, that nobody takes credit for toads. Nobody wants them. Nobody's like, yep, those are mine. Like, everybody's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Gross.
And then black spirals have open contempt for them.
I can't imagine why.
I wonder.
They're like, oh, okay, here we go.
But there are a lot of homegrown,
Yeah.
or lab, flora, but
Lab grown, yeah.
but there's also endless types of flora that can just happen naturally.
And those are more the Banes, or not Banes, but like not the designer ones.
Well, right, because who designed, yeah. There's a lot of in the Big P. There's a lot of experimentation. There are divisions dedicated.
Yeah, R&D.
Yeah. Making Feroctoy.
Oh, yeah.
The Princess of
Larvae of the
Fenor.
worm.
Yeah, the Princess of Fenor, man. Enticers. And
Enticers are so fun.
Yeah, that was probably...
The worst day.
Well, yeah. But, no, I think that's probably the first femori that we as a pack encountered.
I think it was.
Well, and enticers do exactly what they say.
Yeah, it's just self-explanatory right there.
Yeah.
And they look normal.
Yes.
Not even normal, like extremely attractive.
Right.
Even
They
until-
look enticing.
Until they open their mouths.
And then there's the razor sharp teeth.
Right.
And they gotcha.
Yeah, I've
Because
used,
if by the time they've opened their mouth and you see that, it's already too late.
Yeah.
and I've used those to effect a couple times.
And that's what I mean. I think that was our first.
No, it was, and that was a great teaching moment for you guys, because it was also the first time you had to kill an innocent.
Yes. That was nuts.
Had that enticer was just working Bourbon Street,
Yeah.
pulling them up to the hotel room, leaving the bodies in the bathroom, and
And there you go.
she had the latest victim when they went to Colin, and
Yeah, we took out the enticer, but then there's the innocent,
There's
who,
the innocent.
who now knows what an enticer is, much less.
witnessed
Witness-
there's all
yeah.
these bodies and murder, and
Yeah.
this isn't good.
Yeah. Because I don't even think we used Krynos that time. I think
I'm not
we used,
sure.
I think we used Glabro. Again, it was the beginning. It was still learning how to do a thing. And
Yeah.
like, well, he just saw you shift.
Well, and it wasn't ridiculous because you were on Bourbon Street in New Orleans,
Right.
and not like the 4 a.m. middle of the night, in the 10 p.m. middle of the night.
Right.
Gotcha.
So it was smarter to not be in Krynos and be in the paper tomorrow about the wild bear attack in the middle of Bourbon Street.
Right.
You played it smart. It just didn't work.
It was nuts.
But-
Yeah. Then they made Hunter kill him. But he's human and he's innocent and he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Get it done.
Yeah, it was definitely a teaching moment.
Yeah.
Had to learn real quick.
That was and
especially being a Philodox, like, dude, you need to.
Yeah, that was a great character moment. It was a growth moment. It was important. But yeah, you think about this. Is that we said again that Fomor is a human possessed by a Bane.
Yeah.
And now, like, you can't go back from that.
No.
It's not like, well, I quit.
Yeah.
Please get this psychomancy out of me. No.
Psychomancy.
Nope.
Yeah. Too bad.
Right. And it's also important to keep in mind, again, that Banes, they're spirits that are aligned with the Wyrm, but they're spirits of shit.
Yes.
It's important to keep that in mind. And it should help inform when creating Fomori.
Right.
It should help lean toward a power set, probably.
Yeah.
But, they're spirits.
Right.
They're spirits of something.
And there are some interesting Banes.
There most assuredly are.
Right.
I'll say, we talk about Scrags a lot. Mm-hmm. Which, I like Scrags. They're murder spirits.
Yes.
And that's...
Yeah.
And that's just fun.
Spirit of
Right.
murder.
and I think they're used, maybe overused,
Okay.
is one of the generic Wyrm shock troops.
Right.
But there is another one.
Oh, okay.
It's the Halash.
Okay.
And these things, they're I don't see, you guys you've seen very many, if any.
We haven't seen very many?
No.
Okay.
There's these hulking, broad shoulders, bare skulled motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. And again, perfectly acceptable and well used shock troop, I'd like to use them more often because I would like the Scrag to be less common.
Right.
Like it extra danger the Scrags up a bit more.
Well, that's the thing too. Is Scrags are still dangerous.
Yes. And they were in packs, often.
Which, that's fucked up. One's fucked up. There's a pack of those? Holy shit.
But the problem is, and I go back to Banes are spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So the Halash is a spirit of a powerful corrosive spilled needlessly. That's pretty fucking specific, man.
Yeah.
That's extremely specific.
Right? Like, I would love to use these more often,
but probably a lot more common than you think.
Probably a lot more common in situations where they might be manufactured by certain companies with big P's. That didn't come out right.
No, are you sure? I think you did it on purpose.
Freezing.
I think I did do it on purpose, but shout out, Danny. I'm making jokes here.
One of the ones that sparked my curiosity, one of the Banes, when I was reading, was the Rotwalker.
Yes.
And
Sorry, I know that's where you're going with it, and I was trying to set you up, and I screwed a thing. Sorry.
it's okay.
Up. Screw it up.
I'm not saying it. The Rotwalker.
Joey.
Yes, the Rotwalker. It possesses corpses. It could be any corpse. It could be a raccoon. It could be a human.
Like it was previous alive corpse?
Yeah, like roadkill, previous really alive raccoon. Or it could be roadkill human. And it can
Which
use
is more fucked up.
It can use the corpse's abilities while it's possessing the corpse. So it said that it accelerates decomp. So a human corpse normally lasts about a week.
Before it starts to decompose?
No, before it's fully a puddle of goo.
Oh.
Now.
Okay, so you're talking about the sped up version.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Rotwalker increases decomposition. So once the Rotwalker inhabits and possesses the corpse, the corpse has about a week for a human corpse.
Okay.
Until it's a puddle of goo. Now.
Can it start possessing a new one once that happens?
Oh, it just moves on to the next one, yes.
Oh.
It jumps the meat puppets. But there's something real fun here. It's got its little talent, its gift, lightening the meat. So it's possessing the human corpse.
Okay.
And
I'm scared for what's next.
And it activates its fun little gift, lightening the meat, which sparks the personality of the human. It brings the human, quote, back to life.
Oh my god.
The human doesn't realize it's dead.
But still decomposing within that week?
Yes. And it's driven to go back home.
Oh, what the fuck?
So now you have the dead corpse that is reanimated and thinks it's alive,
And decomposing.
going home to its family.
Hey kids, daddy's
Oh
home.
my god. That's fucked up.
And decomposing into a puddle of goo over a week.
Imagine that was a clown.
I'm just trying to think of all, like, you know, the mental health issues that are going to happen in that family within that week.
Which will open them up right for main possession.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Even, more corruption.
And then
I was
the
just
rat
thinking-
walker, you know, jumps out of the body,
Goes into a new one.
finds another corpse.
Just
Rinse
thinking
and
like a
repeat.
clown who's had a really bad day because the children's party he just did, they were all throwing shit at him, so he's pissed off and gets hit by a car. And then that
Rat walker
corpse
jumps
gets,
in.
oh
And now you've got a decomposing clown corpse walking around.
and he's still pissed off, so he goes back to his family. And these stupid children, and his fucking hand falls off. And where am I going with this?
We don't know.
That sounds hilarious.
Jesus, well, it's fucked up.
Well, welcome to the Wyrm episode, Danny.
Thanks.
Good to have you.
Oh, great to be here. Are we starting yet?
No,
No.
this is just the
And the other one I had written
Pre-shambles?
down.
pre-shambles.
Yeah, you like that?
The other one I had written down.
Wait, so this one's crazier.
Well, no.
It depends on where you look at it. Okay, fine.
No, I mean, I could talk about thin bones, but I really want to talk about skull pigs.
You want to talk about skull
No, I
pigs?
want
That's-
you to talk
those
about
are
skull
Porter's
pigs.
favorite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, skull pigs are my jam.
I hate the skull pig.
I fucking love the skull pigs, and they're the.
I think those two are closely related.
I know.
You'd be surprised. No.
No, I think she
Andy's
means like
hatred?
as far as my hatred and your love.
Yeah, I think it's a cause and effect thing.
Okay, his hatred is caused by my love.
Yes.
Not the other way around.
Right.
Okay, that's probably true. Well, I do. I fucking love the skull pigs and also the hex pigs, but it's the same
Different.
thing. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Don't dig too deep.
Don't be a dick about it. Well, first of all, the skull pigs, and this is something that immediately drew me to them, were like the last of the Gondor, which were, if you don't know, it was one of the changing breeds that was taken out in the War of Rage, and they were, I guess, guys janitors.
They clean shit up.
Yeah, I don't want to be a dick about it, but their job was to help purify the lands. All right, if you ever were pigs, not like Babe, but it was like boars.
Right.
Okay, and they would eat the land and eat the corruption away and could purify it internally.
Interesting.
Now there's this awesome little blurb in Shattered Dreams
Okay.
that talks about the death of the last Gondor. And it talks about this big battle that happened, and they were all just fucked up and slaughtered. And you had the last two that are walking through this battlefield, eating their brethren
Oh.
Because they were corrupted.
to purify the land.
Okay.
So they have to walk through this sea of corpses of like, here's my cousin,
Gotta eat him.
And I mean, that's already horrifying.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then, and I don't think it's specified, but a couple guards show up and just slit their throats and leave them to die.
Just murder him. Just straight up.
And 2 days later, this big toxic cloud just kind of explodes from their location, and that's where the first skull pigs were. And the thing about skull pigs is they're not like black spirals.
No.
It's like they're kind of in their hispo form, if you will. And they're called skull pigs because the flesh around their skull is so thin you can see right through the flesh, see the skull. It looks
Yeah.
like the skull is
Weird.
exposed, but
Right.
there is clear flesh there. And they still eat the dead.
They eat bones.
Yep. And they gain intelligence.
Which is why I have that hatred for them.
They get real smart,
Real
real
smart.
fast.
And
Yeah.
at a certain point, they become hex pigs, and suddenly have access to gnosis and
Gifts
charms and gifts. Yeah, they can do some nasty shit.
Right.
I consider the same thing. It's just a level of
Power.
No, and it makes sense.
It's just a couple meals away.
Yeah.
And again, that intelligence is why I hate them.
Yes, and and they of course they remember the Garu, and do they hate the Garu?
Right.
You know, they lead Garou into traps on the regular, and they're fucking dangerous.
They're
So when I said the enticers were the first ones we came against, I think the skull pigs were the next one. I mean, yes, they're not Fomori, these are Banes, but like, holy shit.
Well, they were leader down, and I mean, they're kind of their own thing, the skull pigs.
Okay.
Because they're kind of their own thing. It's like the blood bats.
The blood bats.
Blood bats are about all that's left of the comatose.
Oh,
which were the
okay.
werebats. Mm-hmm. You know,
Just now a corrupted version.
Yeah. Some of the Ananasi or the Makole claim that they were Gaian comatose who tried to stop Bat from falling to the worm.
Okay.
You know, others say that the blood bats are nothing but a vicious mockery. But either way, it's the link you have left.
Right.
And in both cases, like I'm drawn to that because it's
All that's left.
Yeah, it's all that's left. It's a stark and dangerous goddamn reminder of the mistakes of the past.
Yeah, it's a whoa, kind of a mindfuck there.
All right, but I mean, the worm and its minions come in all shapes and sizes. You have wormish cults,
Yeah.
you know, secret societies and shit that pray to the whatever of the, and they don't know what they're really messing with.
No, they don't. And I mean,
Are we mentioning fear with that?
No, I wasn't going to, Danny. I wasn't going to specifically mention fear, but I'm glad that you read that. You dick. It's my fault. I gave him the book.
you gave me the book. Welcome to player knowledge versus
I
character
know,
knowledge.
right? I know.
Yeah. It's a seed that I put down in the fucking second chronicle.
Second chronicle.
One mention once in the second chronicle. He's never fucking forgotten
Nope.
it.
I love that acronym though. That's fucking cool.
Okay, tell the at-home players what the...
I thought we'd leave it. All right, fine. I don't want to leave them. The Free Earth Armed Resistance.
Okay.
I just thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. And yeah, fine. Go ahead. It's
Nope, that's all I have for it. I didn't
all right.
I didn't read too much because I knew. I knew that I couldn't use it, so I was like, all right, I know what it is. Don't go too far into this.
So you intentionally bring it up on the podcast.
Which puts me in a spot because
Right.
we're
Right.
going to talk about it. We're not
I'm
going to talk about it. Danny can close his ears or he can't. We'll signal him. That's up to him. I'm just going to look over here and talk.
I'll try not to listen.
Fear is the it's a on the surface a pro Gaia militia group,
Yes.
and it's
On the
not
surface.
run by a Gaian.
Shocking.
And what it's doing is it's kind of perverting the cause. These are eco-terrorists in a way that
Yeah.
I don't want to say not in a good way, but like, what the fuck does that mean? It's, you buy these guys, these are kind of like with Gaia, only they're like super extreme and way too far, and they're not. They're just pyro running it. So
Well, and that's
it's a trick.
That's like the Fomori, the Sons of Typhon. Mm-hmm. They're all frat kids. They're frat bros. They happened to get accepted into the Tau Epsilon Phi fraternity, and they make it through the hazing because there is a hazing.
Imagine that.
And they, do everything frat bro, and the best ones, the ones that fit the mold.
The dudest bro to do bro.
Exactly. Get picked for this, quote, secret fraternity ritual, and they get possessed by Banes, and they become Fomori, which then get placed into, companies and everything, and...
Don't you know who my father is?
Exactly.
I feel like I can take my earmuffs off and start listening again.
Yes.
Okay.
We never covered your ears anyway.
Shut up.
So.
But yeah, so it's just frat boys.
Yeah, but
They got accepted into the wrong fraternity.
The hardest dude bro is the dude bro.
that's right. It's like a White Stripes song. The hardest do bro to do bro.
Oh boy.
Jack White.
No.
Let's not sponsored.
So the other thing that I read was about the buzzards.
Yes, and that's
I did not.
that is one of the fallen breeds because it's not just the black spiral that could fall or the Garou that can fall to the worm.
Right.
there are all sorts of bad things that can happen when a changing breed falls, and
you mentioned bat.
I did mention bat.
Well, this is Corax. And it is particularly brutal because Corax aren't born. They have the spirit egg.
Right. They are both born and hatched.
Yes. So you have a spirit egg which is guarded, and that is tied to a mortal in the realm.
Okay.
Okay. So those two are linked.
This is going really badly.
No, I mean, this is how Corax work.
No. I'm not saying what you're saying is going badly. I'm saying, like, this is not good.
You don't like what's going on.
I don't like
you get a bad feeling about that.
Yes.
Okay. So they find a spirit egg. The Black Spiral Dancers find a spirit egg. Okay. So it's what makes a Corax.
Right.
And they take it to Malpheus, and they break the spiritual tie to the human in the realm. Now that human in the realm goes into a coma, and they're just done. They're just done.
Jeez.
Like forever. They're catatonic. They're in a coma. They shut off.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that person's already done. Dungeon rings. Then they take that egg, which cut off from that spiritual tie.
Mm-hmm.
That egg starts to hollow out. Okay.
So, like a corruption process?
That egg is dying.
Okay.
So then they kidnap an infant from the realm. Just a random infant.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't like where this is going.
And they bring that random infant from the realm to Malpheus. So now they have an egg that's dying and an actual infant in Malpheus. Poor Danny.
Oh my god. Porter's just laughing. I am so terrified right now.
Okay. They go into a pit.
Because where else would they go?
Yeah, a birthing pit. And they perform the ritual called breaking the wing.
Okay.
Which, if they're lucky enough, they'll have an actual Corax to systematically break every bone. And that ties the infant and the hollowed egg together. Okay, that ritual.
Okay.
Now.
There's more?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
We're getting to the good part.
No, please make it quick.
The infant immediately shifts.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So now you have an infant shape-shifting Corax. And that infant's brain can't handle it. So the infant, their brain
gets possessed?
No, just breaks, shatters their mind. So now they're crazy.
Right.
Batshit crazy.
Almost literally.
Caw.
Almost.
And now comes the 50-50 odds. Whether that kid stays in Malpheus to be raised or gets shipped back to the realm to be raised by a Wyrm family.
What makes that distinction?
Whatever.
Whatever Malpheus decides.
Yeah, flip a coin.
And dare I ask what happens when it's
whatever.
Grown?
Whatever.
Okay.
It's an agent of the Wyrm.
Okay.
So it is a crazy, shape-shifting bird that is an agent of the Wyrm.
Good night, everybody.
And I haven't even gotten to the 8-foot-tall cockroaches.
I don't want you to. I mean, I kind of do.
But that is a mockery breed.
It is.
And I think that is better saved for
our other show.
Yeah, our deeper look into... Because, oh man, I want to spend some mockery breeds.
Oh, they are some great things.
This is, unfortunately, I think it's about all the time we have for this one.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're going to hear more. We're going to talk about the Wyrm some more. We're going to dive deeper into Famor. We're going to do one about creating Famor, maybe creating Banes.
Yeah.
We're going to do all sorts of good shit, but that's it for this one. Stay tuned for the Weaver and Wild episodes, because that shit's happening.
Well, you do now.
Well,
yeah,
we weren't going to do the one. It's the Triat, everybody.
Here's part of the Triat, and that's it. Just the one part of the Triat.
Well, Wyrm, guess, and whatever. Guess.
Here's 1/3 of the Triad, and no longer the other two, ever again.
Wyrm, why, and how?
I love that.
That's our episode name.
That might be.
Yeah,
Wyrm, why, and how. Yeah, I like that. So before we sign off, what do we have in the corner?
In our Cubs corner, our question: how do you play a nerdy, insecure character which is still a boiling rage monster of superhuman proportion. Does it even make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, puberty sucks. I mean, come on.
I like that answer.
Yeah, that's you're right.
I mean, is for how, look, when you make your character, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be nerdy or insecure. I mean, werewolves are boiling rage monsters, like, period, the end.
But I think at that point, I think they're talking, you know, at the very beginning.
Right.
And so, yeah, you have that nerdy and insecure, and it may be, look, these aren't mutually exclusive.
No.
You know, you can still want to kick someone's ass and still think your ass is too fat.
Right.
That doesn't, those, you know, those aren't conflicting. You know, I'm not sure I see the problem, just as long as you remember, you know, you make your character as real as possible. And I mean, we've said this time and time again, you know, you ring the fucking bell, make that a real human being. And so any insecurities...
Makes sense.
Yeah. You know, let's, here's one. We look at our boy Hunter over here, who valiantly lost his arm in combat.
Valiantly. Thanks.
You're welcome. And then spent the next 5 or 6 stories...
Trying to learn.
Sure, but I was going to point out having almost losing his shit when people would identify him as the 3-armed one, or you know, the 3-legged one, the 1-armed one.
Yeah.
Tripod, kickstand, you know.
And they had a bunch.
Pogo.
And I knew it was coming.
Hops.
I knew it was coming, but like in character, that mindset is like he's not going to take those lightly.
They didn't stop.
They didn't stop him, clearly.
But I mean, you know, he had to get over that.
Right.
But again, there's an example right there of he was insecure about the loss of the arm. You know, so I think maybe you don't think too much about it. Just stay true to the character.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, like, if you know your character, if you're connected with your character, you will know what trips them up.
Yes.
And you'll know what makes their alarms go off, and, you know, be insecure.
Right.
You know, and I mean, yeah, at that point, when you add the rage to it, that insecurity is going to come off as aggression.
Yeah.
Like 100% of the time.
And it's going to be like, you want to come at me? Let's go.
Yeah, so you want to fucking fight about it? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And that's
which is what Hunter did. It was just fucking
one of those. You know, it's a very short list, but like it's one of those things where that's the mindset he's got. You know, that's what triggers him. So
no,
very easily used too.
Yeah, we totally get it, Hopper.
Fucker. Nice.
Thanks. You know. Now, we also have something for...
Galliard's Gathering.
We do. What you got, Danny?
All right. Actually, this one came from a suggestion on our Discord.
Hey, we have a Discord. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah.
All right.
Where is that Discord?
Well, it's at our website, richcrossinternet.com, and you can get your invite to that Discord through our forums, although that might change soon.
I don't know.
Don't
ask me. I don't know anything.
There's whispers about maybe releasing that Discord outside of the forums and maybe just...
Interesting.
I don't know.
All right, well...
I don't know how true that is.
This suggestion comes from our good friend and patron, Dracoon Stew.
Okay.
Stew.
Yep. And we kind of saved this suggestion for this episode because his suggestion as far as inspiration is the portrayal of Black Spiral kinfolk with the 2000 remake of The Hills Have Eyes.
I like that.
He also gave another suggestion.
No, you absolutely. You're not allowed. It's on your dangerous don't list.
Gotcha.
There is another suggestion, but we saved that one specifically for this episode.
Okay.
And his other suggestion was just the news. Because, you know, and he gave a specific example.
Because the world's awful?
Well, yes, because the world's awful, but he gave a specific example of the last wolf from Norway was eaten in the 80s. And it feels worthy of being incorporated into our werewolf game and could very easily be put into a story.
It could be. That's...
Yeah. Wolves being eaten. That's awful.
I mean...
The last wolf of Norway.
No, that's fucking sad.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Thanks, Stu.
Yes,
Way to bring us
thank
down,
you, Stu.
man.
That was an awesome, two awesome suggestions
Fucking
for the
downer.
Galliard's Gathering. downer. Come on, give the guy some credit.
I did. He's being a total downer.
And it's
We were having a good episode, laughing, and he's like, "Wolves are getting eaten, and they're all dead now, you jerks."
We were laughing about worm creatures. Let's be honest here.
No, I know, and he's gonna love this shout out right now.
Yeah. Thanks, Stu.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Stu. If you have anything for Inspirato, anything for Garrett's, if the Garrett's Gathering, it's not the grotto.
Hit us up on Discord.
The Inspirato grotto was fucking carpet bombed. No one
Hit
was
us up
having
on
that.
Discord. Actually, if you're on Discord, send me a message personally. That way we can save it. Because if it's in general chat, we might not see it.
No, it's true. It'll get lost in the cracks. We don't mean for that to happen, but it fucking
does.
happens.
Most likely, at least one of us 3 or 4 are always there.
But Danny.
But yeah,
Daniel
send me a
Tyson.
message personally, right on Discord.
Yeah. You could also email it to ragecrosspodcast@gmail.com. You can put them on our forums, which we encourage
Yeah, you can
forum
do forums
activity.
too. Forums, or even
You
on Facebook, because you'll find me on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of we're part of the Rage Across the Internet Facebook group.
It's true.
So look me up on there.
Right. He's in there. He's part of that group. And of course,
Contractually obligated.
right. And then obviously you can get me through the Rage Across not the group, but the regular page. That's just me. I just handle that. So if you like what you hear, please tell people. Spread that word of mouth, man. We would love.
Best form of advertising.
Yeah, we would love to get more people to.
Come and hang out and listen to us be.
Ridiculous.
It's just be yeah.
And I think that is the theme.
Shenanigans.
This is the theme of this session, I
Yeah.
think.
But we're sharing this. We love this. We're sharing it with everyone, and if you know someone who would love it too, let us share it with them too.
Right? And, if you don't like someone, maybe play a cruel trick and secretly subscribe them anyway.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, right? It means so much that you're listening to us. We appreciate that support. If you'd like to support us in other ways, there are ways to do it. Mm-hmm. There's our PayPal, where you can toss a donation our way. There's our Amazon portal, to where you can do your shopping. And hey, holidays are coming up. Holidays are happening.
Yes.
They're actively happening by the time this airs.
Sad, but yeah.
Happy.
So you
For
can,
some.
you can do your shopping through Amazon, through our link. And you have to click our link. It turns like if you have shit in your cart already and then click our link to check out, that doesn't count. I've learned.
That's kind of a bummer.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. No, and what I like about Christmas shopping through Amazon is you get them. You buy
All at one
something.
place?
You buy something for somebody, and then you have it shipped to them, and it's already wrapped. It's in a box.
Oh, look at that.
And if you have multiple things, sometimes they have the option to Amazon to gift
Yep.
wrap it.
Yep.
So be like, I'll take care of these people.
Yep.
One box, they can figure it out. Or better, they have they have them labeled rather than they can figure it out.
Yes.
Who wanted drywall tacks for their Christmas? No one? What is this?
But you know what's cooler than
Very thoughtful.
shopping on Amazon?
Shopping
Winning the lottery.
Well, shit,
yes.
yeah. But
Shopping on our store.
shopping in our store.
Oh,
we got some cool shit there.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Because
It's
producer
holidays.
Joey needs a new hoodie.
it's holidays.
And you can get one
I
right
can.
there. Yeah, the badass tumbler. There's a couple water bottles. We got a couple designs of mouse pads, a couple T-shirts, including one for the ladies.
That was a really weird way to say that.
I know.
I'm just ignoring it.
It is a specific ladies'
It
tee.
isn't a ladies' tee.
It's for the ladies. I don't know what your problem is.
It's the way you said it. It's not what you said. It's how you said it.
A boy can wear it though.
If he really chooses to, but
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. In fact, you should buy one of each to see.
just to make sure how.
yeah,
it
just
is.
to make sure.
And if you don't like one of them, give them to someone else.
That's right.
I love it.
There you go.
It's just free
Share the
advertising,
wealth.
right? It's just share the love. It's beautiful. No, and then of course there's our Patreon,
Yep.
where we have our tiers, and we have the stuff that we give back, which is a big deal to us. We like to be able to give stuff back, little bonus stuff, and really, if none of that is something you can do or want to do, you're listening is a big deal.
Yes.
Thank you.
you for listening.
Yes, it means a lot to us. We're just a bunch of goons who love this game, and we get to sit here and talk about it and have people like excited to hear that. It's a little
Weird
surreal.
enough, huh?
And I know for this Thanksgiving, like, because Thanksgiving in America is happening soon.
Yes.
You know, I'm thankful for the podcast.
I would agree with that. I agree. I too, I'm very thankful for the podcast and to our listeners.
Yeah.
You know, it's so weird. You know, that this is real life now.
Yeah. I'm thankful that you guys, like, come back every week and listen.
Right?
Yeah. No, I agree with you, 100%.
So.
Give thanks.
Yes.
And that's us giving thanks to you.
Yeah. You know, from you know, my family here around this table to you and yours, you know, I want to say happy holidays. Thank you so much for being with us. Remember to be excellent to each other, and we will talk to you next time. We'll see you.